Alright, welcome back. We're going to start working on object number 3 for today. It's this kind of L shape with a little leg sticking out. Um, there are a couple of new concepts we're going to work on. So, uh, before we've been talking about object lines. This one's going to have a couple of hidden lines. So, the dash line that we had last time, that's called a hidden line. It's whenever anything happens that's hidden. So, kind of as we're doing the side view, you can't really see what's going on underneath. So that's why we'll end up having a dash line here at this seam. Um, I'm also going to teach a concept called chain dimensioning versus the baseline dimension. So I'll explain that when we get to that point. So just like before, we'll start off. I'm going to give myself plenty of room. So we're going to start about here. We're going to start by tracing the front face. So I've got a dot here. I'm going up one block. So that's 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And then going over the 2 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's this corner here. Now we're going up 2 blocks. So again, 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going over just the 1 block. So 3 dots again. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going all the way down 3 blocks. So that's 9. That's going to take us down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I've got the perimeter. I'm just going to go ahead and draw in my lines. We'll come back to this in a second. Right now we're just doing our perimeters. So right now we've got this general shape, so we're good. So now we're going to go and we're going to do our top right about here. Again, giving myself space to do the dimensions in the middle. So use my ruler or my straight edge to make sure I'm lined up. Put the first dot here. Now I'm going to go through and put my dots so that way I can get my lines for my perimeter. So starting with the object looking like this, I'm right here. Going up 2 blocks, so 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going all the way over 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. 3 blocks is 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going down this side, just the 1 block, so 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Now if I want to double check myself, I can pull out my straight edge or ruler and see that those dots line up with this line here. So we're good. Now I've got 1 more dot to put, which is this corner dot here. So I'm over 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to complete this one last cube we're working on, we've got the bottom one. It's down 3, 1, 2, 3. It's also over 3. So now filling in my lines. So again, we've kind of got that overhead view. It's not taking into account yet our object and any hidden lines. This one won't have any hidden lines because you can see everything from the top, but again, we'll talk about that here in a second. So now we're going to do the side view. So we start here, we move this over, and we flip it on its side. So again, giving myself space in between this and where I'm going to sketch this so I can write some dimension information if I need to. So we'll start with a dot right here, and that represents this corner here. So this corner, that dot. So now we're going to go up the one block. So we're going 1, 2, 3. It goes over one block before it starts to go this direction. So we're going 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. That's a corner. So we're here on this point here. So now we're going to go up our 2 blocks. So 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going across the top here. 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. We're going all the way down the side. 3 blocks, which is 9 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I've got the general shape. I'm going to fill in my lines. Okay. So now we got our overall general perimeters. Now we have to go through and add any object lines and hidden lines. So we'll start with the front face. I can see all of the blocks. Nothing is hidden behind that's happening. So I do have a change in elevation here. So that is an object line. So here at the 1, 2, 3, I have a straight line, letting whoever's going to build this based off my multi-view sketch that there's something happening above this image. So once you look at the other ones, it'll help you determine what it is. There's nothing else. The rest of this is flat, 1 cube around, so there's no more lines there. Now I've got this. Now I've got the top. Again, here in this kind of upside down L corner, it's all 1 block tall, so nothing. I have a change in elevation here. I can see it happening, so I'm going to have an object line or a solid line there. So that's my 1, 2, third line from the edge. My boundary line, or it's also an object line, but it's more specifically a boundary line. And so now we're going to come over here to our side view. So again, we're starting like this, matching up, rotating over the side. So I've got 2 here. So if I start here with this block, come over to here, I now have what's visible. It goes up. So I've got a solid object line coming down here. Now as it goes over or up this kind of arm, you'll notice underneath, if you look at the shape, there's some empty space. This is hidden from view if I'm looking down as you are now. So in order to account for that, I need to draw an object line, but more specifically, it's a hidden line. That's our dashes. So now you can tell by looking at this drawing, something happened here. It was going up, so it was visible. But here I've got a hidden line, so something's going on. There's a blank space here. So as you go through and start to build it, it will help and you can understand what's going on more just by looking at the drawing. So now I'm going to do my heights, dimensions, and widths. So again, this is the top and the front, doing the letters backwards, the side and the front, and this is the side and the top. Doesn't matter which order I write them in, still gets to the same. So from here, I know I've got one, so height first, I've got the top or the front, so we'll go with the front. I've got 0, 1, 2 heights, dimensions or depths is the side or the front, 0, oh, I've got my letters backwards, Mr. McDonald. That is width, that is side. So my width, I've got 2, 0, 1, 2. My depth, I can do from either this side or the top, so I've got 0, 1, 2. So first we're going to do our height. We'll go from this baseline because it's either the top. Apologies for that jump there. Allergies are bugging me, so I had to blow my nose real quick. I did mess this up just a smidge, so it's not the front and the top. I got these backwards. Front and side gives me my height. My width is my front and my top. So I was realizing my errors I was going through. In order to get my height here of my object, I had to use either this side or this side. So I'm going to draw my line between the two. I'm going to do a small partial line here. And then my last height line goes off the top. So here I know it's 1 block tall, so we'll do our 0.75. We'll give our arrows. And then this one, you know, from here to here is 2.25. That's our 2 heights. One thing you always want to do, whether you're doing baseline dimension like this, so here's my baseline, I went up 0.75, my baseline I go up 2.25. You always want to have the overall height in one of your dimensions. Now here when I do the width, I'm going to do this against the top. I'm going to show you what's called chain dimensioning. So I'll draw my line from the outside. I will draw my line here because that's a change. I will do another line here. And then a final line here at the far edge. And we'll actually make this go all the way down so that way I get my overall width. So I will start with my overall width, and that is from this line to this line. Here's 1 block, 0.75. this one is 0.75. So this is where we get the term chain from. If we chain the 0.75 with the 0.75 with this final 0.75, we add them all up or chain them together, we get the overall 2.25. Now, this one I don't have to draw. Since we have the overall width down here, we know 0.75 plus 0.75 is 1.5. Subtract the 2, that gives us our last one. So that one is not needed, and that way we get to our 0, 1, 2, 3 widths. And now, last but not least, we have our depth. So that is the side or the top. Since I've got my dimensions here already for width, it will get a little bit clustered if I do it here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do it here off my side piece. That's right, Mr. McDonald just said side piece. So we know the distance from here to here, 0.75, from this line to the end, 1.5. There we go. We've got our 2 depths, we have our 3 widths, our 2 heights. We're good. Initial it, and that is how to do the multi-view sketching of this shape. Stay tuned. The next one, I'll be doing the video for the assignment, which is going to have the 3 shapes, and that'll be posted here shortly. If you have any questions as you're doing your work in class, feel free to ask me. I'll also be making the rounds, checking and making sure you guys are doing well. Thanks. Bye.